system with autonomic nervous system, like that. So according to what you see here, these are the sources of differences. Yeah, we are going just as you see. You said from skin or from things which are not viscera, and let's continue. We shall start by comparing the appearance. Yes, the appearance. You see this fiber. This apparent fiber is true, both of them are having a pseudo-unipolar neurons. Yes, and the skin, from the skin, this one is forming, having the cell body in the dorsal ganglion. So is this. So there is no difference there. But when it comes to appearance, as we compare them, the apparent fibers, those ones which are of somatic, the cell body is in this. The cell body, both of them, the cell bodies are in the dorsal ganglion. Okay? But now what about their entry as they enter into where they synapse with an interneuron? That's the first difference. Apparent synapse with interneuron. That is the first difference. Yeah? As you can see, that of somatic, because I said this is the somatic, so I didn't label it, let me label it. If I'm to label this, we say this is the somatic, this is the autonomic nervous system. The apparent fibers, as you see here, the synapse for somatic occurs in the ventral horn. This one here is occurring in the dorsal horn, sorry, the synapse with an interneuron. Because it said, let me label this. This is an interneuron, this one here is an interneuron for somatic. And this one forms the interneuron for autonomic nervous system, which you can again call the preganglionic nerve fiber. So what happens? The synapse, you see this one is occurring in the ventral horn. This part is, dorsal horn. So this part is called the dorsal horn. This part here is symmetrical, so this part here is called the ventral horn. And this one here is called the intermedial lateral horn of the spinal cord. Yeah. So you can see the first difference, that the appearance of somatic are connecting with the interneuron within the dorsal horn, dorsal gray horn, whereas the apparent neuron is synapsing with an interneuron within the intermediate lateral horn. You get it? Yeah. The second difference, let me get a marker. Yeah, we are going to talk about the interneuron. It's the second difference. The interneuron, you look at this. The interneuron, this one, is making its synapse in the ventral gray horn. So that is the second difference. Interneuron synapse, where it synapses from, or it makes its synaptic connection with what? With an apparent, or with a motor neuron. Yes? See, I repeat, these are sensory, these are motor neurons. Sensory, dorsal horn. What gets out of the ventral horn is the motor. So interneuron synapsing with the motor neuron here, you see, this one occurs in the ventral horn, whereas this one occurs in the ganglion. So we say this is our ganglion. It is called autonomic ganglion, yeah? Because we had autonomic ganglion. This was dorsal root ganglion. This one is the autonomic ganglion. You get it? So that is the second difference. The third difference will come, like we are going to talk about where they take the impulses, yeah? Yes, this difference here. We've talked about the ganglion, you see? From this ganglion, this is the third difference. That's the autonomic nervous system. We have the motor neuron, yes, or call it the postganglionic neuron, carrying information to the cardiac muscle. So I talk about the postganglionic the other side, and this one is just the motor. Yes. So if you compare postganglionic in the autonomic nervous system, you compare that fiber with this fiber here. The fiber which is a motor fiber, or efferent, call it an efferent. Efferent of the somatic system. Efferent of somatic system. You see that this one synapses to skeletal muscles. Goes to skeletal muscles. The nerve endings terminate into skeletal muscles. This one terminates into cardiac muscle, smooth muscle, or glandular epithelium. Those three. That is afferent. Then the third, the fourth difference will come in with the number of neurons, efferent neurons. Yes, efferent neurons. What am I meaning by efferent? From CNS to the effector organ. As you can see, here we have one in somatic, but these are two connected by a ganglion. So that is the next difference. I'm going to wrap up this as a shall. But now, before I wrap up, I will be talking about the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. The difference will come from here. The location, the length of the preganglionic fibers and postganglionic fibers, we shall talk about, because this side is similar, but the difference comes from here. Levels of the spinal cord, that is basically what we call the difference. But this afferent is similar, the pseudounipolar neuron is similar, but the difference comes from these motors which are getting away. What level? Is it in the head? Is it along the thoracolumbar region? Is it in the sacral region? Yeah, that's the source of difference between parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system, which are the components of the autonomic nervous system. Let me wrap up. Allow me to wrap up. This. Yeah. Yes. The next point, I've talked about it. The effector organs, sorry. Of course, it is so special. The effector organs is the next difference. The somatic goes to skeletal muscles, whereas autonomic nervous system is supplying the cardiac muscle, the smooth muscle. It is also supplying it is also innervating the glandular epithelium, the epithelium, secretory epithelium of glands. The next difference we can talk about is the neurotransmitter. You see, this neurotransmitter is different. Yeah, In somatic, for instance, in somatic, the neurotransmitter is one, and that is acetylcholine. Yes? But in the autonomic nervous system, yes, the neurotransmitter can be noradrenaline or norepinephrine. Yes, it is majorly adrenergic. Adrenergic. Sorry, I said the neurotransmitter is majorly adrenergic.